Hi guys, it's your girl AMIFULLEST. I'm back again. I know the lighting problem is a little bit dark in here, but I don't have extra lights to put, so I'm just filming with the daylight and the light in the bedroom, but it's not that bright because we have a really dull light in the bedroom. But the time is also too late. It's almost 8 o'clock, but I just opened my email and I see few emails of questions that the people have been asking me for a really long time, but I'm just trying to avoid this question because I'm afraid to answer it, or because I'm afraid to give my own opinion about things, because sometimes people on YouTube can be very mean and rude, and sometimes I'm just afraid. I just don't want anyone to just bound on my channel and start saying stuff. So, but I opened my email. I just said, let me just open my email and see if I got a new message from subscribers or stuff. And then I see these questions that I have more than, like, let me say, like 10 to 15 emails mail with the same topic. I remember one of my old videos, I said that I have a son of 7 years old, and myself, I was 22 at that time, and my son is now 8 years old and I'm 23 years old. So that means I had my child when I was a teenager. And so I've been asked a lot of questions about how was it for me being a teenager and having a child. How was life? What my experience? And I have been a little bit afraid to answer or to say, because due to everybody's opinion is different. I know back then in 2007, when I had my child, when I was a teenager, I was ashamed at that moment to say I'm a mom, because it's not that I was ashamed of my child, but I was ashamed because it was not, in my eyes, it wasn't normal, like, to have a child when you're a teenager. Though back then in my country, you see it happens every day. Children, you see a 13-year-old girl get married, tradition, that's in the village. So, but when I came here, it wasn't like normal for me, because I know I came in Holland when I was 14 years old. So I came here when I was pregnant. So I was a little bit ashamed because I was too young, and even that time when people wouldn't even know that I have a child because I was so skinny. When you look at me, I wasn't looking like someone that have a child. And I've been asking a lot of questions. What was my experience? How was life for me? Was it difficult? I must say, I'm really grateful. I'm really blessed for how things have been going. It has always been my dream, my plan to have my children at a young age, but I wasn't planned for that age. Let me just get it clear. I wasn't planned to have children at that age, but it's always been my dream to have my kids before I got 30. It has always been my dream, because for me, I just think above the 30, getting pregnant, you're putting yourself into a different kind of risks, and I wasn't ready for that. I was like, I want to have my children before I get 30, but I wasn't planning to have a child when I was still a teenager. But when I have my child, I came to Holland. I was pregnant when I came to Holland, and I must say, life has been really grateful for me, because I have wonderful people around me who helped me to take care of my child. Actually, I didn't raise my child myself from 15 years old till I get 18. Let me just say that 3 years I didn't actually raise it on my own, because I have someone there 24 hours a day to assist me. I was going to school, I was living my life as a teenager at that time. It's just that meeting some friends, and then when I was 17, I was like, oh, when I'm 18, I want to go out of the house. I want to live on my own, because it seems like a normal thing. It seems like a very common thing in Holland when most children get out of their houses when they are 18. So it seems really normal, seems really common. So I was like, when I'm 18, I want to leave the house. I want to move on my own. And that was actually possible when I'm 18. I get a house. The first month, it was like a slap on my face, like boom. Now I have to be the one to take care of my child. By that time my son was 3 years old, I think 3 years. I have to take care of him all alone, and that was a really hit on my face. I have days where I sit down and cry, actually, to be honest, because at that time my eyes has opened. I've met a lot of people, I've met friends, and they told me, oh, we can go clubbing, we can go out, we can go do stuff, and I wanted to do those stuff back, but you don't have anywhere to leave your child. So it's very, very, very fucked up, because when you're living in a country where you don't have no mother, no father, nobody you can rely on. The people I had back then, yeah, everybody have to walk. That's Holland. Everybody have to walk. So you can always rely on someone to look after your child for you, because the person has to walk. So it was very difficult for me. I have my days where I sit down and cry. Though I don't talk to anybody about it, because I'm this kind of person. I have problem with sharing, explaining the way I feel. I have problem telling someone about how I feel. It has been my problem since I was a child. I have difficulties on telling someone if something bothers me. If I'm in pain, I have big problem on telling someone how I feel. So in Sierra Leone, I'm always like that. When someone did something to me really bad, really bad, there's something in if you're Sierra Leonean, you understand this. We call it malice. I go malice you. Malice is a kind of way, how can I describe this? Like you actually totally forget about the person. You pretend like the person is not existing in your own world. So like when you malice someone, you create a wall, you create a different world for you. You pretend like this person is not existing anymore. So you don't talk to the person. You don't greet the person. You don't have anything to do with the person. That was something I was really good in when I was a child, because when someone did something bad to me, because I don't know how to express my feelings, so I just decided not to talk to the person anymore. That is just me. I have problem with sharing my feelings, because when someone hurts me, I don't actually say the way I feel that easily. I have like a box. It's kind of weird to describe, but I have like a box in my heart. When someone hurts me, I'm like, okay, maybe he didn't actually notice that he did hurt me. I'll let it go. When he did twice, I'm like, maybe he didn't realize that he's actually making me feel pain. Like I keep on giving excuse for the person, and till that box we get filled. Maybe one day there was just little thing that you would do to me and I would explode. So I would just explode for no reason. Maybe what you did at that moment actually meant it was not even something to get upset about, but I would just get explode, because that's just who I am. I have been learning. I'm still learning how to express my feeling. I'm still learning how to tell someone if the person is hurting me. And I don't talk to people easily. I don't share my problems or my secrets to people easily. You have to make me feel like you are trustworthy to me. You have to make me feel confidence. I have to feel there's something in my heart that I have to feel for me to trust you enough to tell you what I felt. But yeah, that's just something. That's just who I am. But let's go back to raising my child. I have days where I cry. I have days where I feel like I don't want this. I have days where I feel like I just want to die. This is what life is about. I'm so young and I'm here to raise the child. I can't even go party, I can't even go clubbing, I can't even go stuff. And I was so angry with a lot of stuff, but I can't change it. You know, like I was so angry, I was so mad, but I keep doing it, you know, I keep doing it. Sometimes I just have to think about my mom, to be honest. Those are the moments that keep me strong. May her soul rest in peace. Those are the moments that keep me strong. All the advice that she gave to me back then when I was a child, those are the moments that keep me strong. You know, like I have to constantly put it in my head, like this child is part of me. It's part of me. It's part of me. And also constantly telling myself, it's just for a while. It's just for a while. He will grow up. He will grow up. It's just for a while. I just have to patient. I just have to wait. It will grow for a while. You know, it will grow for a while. I just have to wait. I just have to hold on. But nowadays, to be honest, it's like being a teenage mom is a kind of be like a fashion. I don't mean to offend anyone, but that's how I see. That's my opinion, because most of the friends and most of people that I know, they don't actually think about the responsibility. Let me just put it that way. They don't think about the responsibility. They only think, oh, when you have a child, you're gonna get a house, you're gonna get much money, you're gonna receive a lot of things that I don't even understand. And I'm like, you're not gonna receive nothing extra, because if you're gonna get any money extra for that child, you have to spend it on the child. The child is going to actually eat more than you are receiving for the baby, because you know there's a lot of stress. So sometimes I have my closest friends, when they told me, oh, I want to have a child, believe me, I swear, I told these people, don't go and have a child if you're not ready for it. Don't go and have a child thinking that when I have a child, the government is going to help me, the government is going to give me house, the government is going to give me this. No. If I can change the time back, though right now I'm happy with the way things are, but back then when I was 14 years old, if I can change the times back, I will have done it long time ago, not to have a child at that age, because there were so many things I wanted to do. There was not that I'm this outgoing person, but I have days once in a while I just like to go to the club and chill. It's just something, it's normal. But now these days it's like everybody want to be a teenage mom. It's like it's not a taboo anymore. You know, it's like it's not a taboo anymore. It's normal now. But I say to my friends, to be honest, it's not a good idea to have a kids while you are still young, because it is a whole lot of responsibility. It makes me, being a teenage mom makes me mature before my time. Makes me start mature. When I start receiving my own income, my own money, when I get the house, when I start receiving my own income. I remember the days where I don't have to pay the bills, I don't have to pay anything. If I have money, the things that I think about back then when I was like 13, 11, when I have money, I'm like, oh, I want to buy clothes, I want to buy shoes, I want to buy this. I just want to spend it on myself. But since when I move out of the house, I go and live on my own. It makes me mature before my time, because as soon as I have my income at the end of the month, the first thing that strikes my head is like, I have to pay my bills, I have to pay the house, I have to pay the water, I have to pay the light, I have to pay the gas, and after paying, I have to make sure I have enough food at home. Anybody who knows me really close, they can always tell you that even if I don't have money in my hand, I always have food at home. And when I buy food, I buy a lot. I buy a bag of rice, I buy a lot of food, I put it, because it's always in my mind like, I have a child at home. If I don't have money, but at least I have to have a food. Because it's like, I have the problem, for me it was like, it was like I feel ashamed to go and ask my neighbor for food. So I was like, I have to have a food at home, even if I don't have any money with me, but I have to have at least 10 to 20 euros in my hand. I cannot stay without having no money. I don't take that risk for anything in this world. For nobody, I don't take that risk. Any of my friends who knows me, they will tell you, this woman always have food at home, and she always have 20 or 10 euros lying down somewhere, because you have a child. I'm always prepared. I'm always like, what if something happened? I need money to buy something, or what if my child gets sick? You need paracetamol. My head is like, I was not busy with myself. It's still then my child start getting older, and I'll start thinking, okay, now I can actually think of myself. Now I can actually do stuff with everything. But my experience was, you know, I'm glad with maybe the way I was raised, because the way I was raised, it was very hard, because my mom passed away when I was a really young girl, and my dad passed away. I lost both my parents, and since then I grew up on the street. I've been growing up on the street. Okay, when I said on the street, doesn't mean that I actually live on the street. I live in a house, but you live in a house with people who actually care less about you, you know, who just don't want to throw you out, because they don't want other people to say, oh, they throw the little girl out, her mom just passed away. So they just leave you in the house, but don't care less about you. Everything that I've learned, I learned from the street. Everything that I learned from people. I learned from people. I learned from people experience. I learned from old people. Sometimes people say, why don't you have friends of your age? I don't have a friend of 22 years old or 23 years old, to be honest. All my friends, they're older people, because I feel comfortable. Because since I was a child, I've always been around older people, because they understand me. Because, you know, I'm this kind of person, I really appreciate it when I have someone who sit down and listen to me. It means so much. And sometimes to have a friend of your age, don't always have the time. So for me, life was hard growing up. Life was hard. Since my mom and my dad passed away, life was hard, you know. You got to know people, the ones you call aunties, uncles. You really got to know the ones who cared about you. You really got to know them. So all my experience, everything that I've learned, made me who I am today. Made me who I am. Life was very tough. Life was really hard, but I'm blessed. At the ending of the day, I get to know really amazing people who actually help me out. You know, help me out. Help me become who I am today. But I don't want to take most of your time. Maybe I'll make a part 2 of this video. Maybe not today, not tomorrow, but I'll try my best to make part 2 of this video. This is just to tell you, with this video you guys will get to know little things about me. If you guys have any questions, any opinion, just don't forget to leave a comment below, and please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The part 2 of this video will come very soon. This is your girl AMIFULLEST. Peace out. Bye bye.